Yo, what's up guys? How's everyone doing? I have no idea where my phone is, so that's annoying. Found it. Okay, so we are going to be looking at Bitcoin today, guys, and really not much has changed. I'm going to have to make this a quick one because I do have something else that's pretty interesting, a bit of content with someone else we'll be collaborating on. Guys, let me know when you get in. Is the audio good? Is everything alright? This was a bit annoying. I did have some issues before I set up this stream. But guys, real quick, a couple things I noticed which I want to highlight and bring to your attention. Very, very important things here. First of all, we've got this volume issue. And we're on the Coinbase chart here. We're looking at the daily candle. So each candle here is 1 day. Great to see everyone here in the chat. What we've got here, what I've put down is this vertical line, and I put this line down exactly when we started showing some fairly serious kind of signs of being bullish. This was the day where we went from about 6,400 all the way up to 6,600, and that's nearly a week ago or something like that now, so it has been quite a long time, but guys, what we've noticed is ever since we've been testing these higher levels, alright, we've been going up, our volume has been on the decline, alright, so every single day, volume has pretty much been declining up until today. It looks like today we are going to set a slightly higher number for volume, but it's still not going to be anything impressive. We look at the volume here on CoinMarketCap, we've got $11.6 billion, video good, okay, thank you so much, and sound, perfect. DH, I did close my short, all of those signals did hit VIP. We've got the 24-hour volume here being at $11.6 billion, and this is basically where it was yesterday as well. We were around 11.5, maybe 11.8, something like that, but we were in the same range, and yesterday this was a bad thing. I mentioned it, it's not a good sign. We're testing these highs, and we've got decreasing volume being, in my opinion, the most important indicator after everything, before everything else, save for regular price and time. So today what we're seeing, with volume staying pretty much the exact same, it's a good sign, alright, because we're not going down, we're still in this high area, alright. I mean, we had a bit of a dip. I called this on stream yesterday. We're looking at this 4-hour chart. When we see arches up like this, called it exactly how it went, we do typically see a bit of a drop. So this drop happened about as much as I expected it to go. Originally my VIP target was 6,600, but I later revised that, put another post out in VIP that I will be taking a lot of my profits at the exact current level of 6,700 plus $2 actually, what I mentioned in VIP. So we are holding this level extremely well. That entire position has been closed now. We had a bit of I think like a 30%, 20% profit. Pretty good stuff on a day where the rest of the market lost, and really there's been no movements in the market. But with this declining volume now, it's nice to see that we're holding the same levels, alright? Because like I said, we're still relatively high, just dipped into the 6,600s, but that doesn't really matter. We're still in the top half of the 6,000s, shall I say, and really quite close to that 6,800 level, so it is very important. It's good to see volume holding here, but we go back to the daily chart, and, I made a whole video about this Bitcoin starting a mega bull run, and the idea is, as we're going, whatever trend we are going in, so let's say, obviously recently we've been in a downtrend, right, for the past 7 months, 8 months actually, nearly 8 months. What we see in this kind of a case is that if you're going in a downtrend but volume decreases on the whole, so I go to the Bitfinex chart and this will become very apparent. It's something I went over many weeks ago, I think like 4 or 5 weeks ago now in a video. Take off all of these lines, and what we've got, guys, is as we go down, volume has been gradually decreasing. You can see that most clearly using the volume moving average, this orange line that takes an average of these volume prices, and we can see that it is sloping down very clearly. And what that means is with decreasing volume following a trend, it signals a reversal, alright? So that's why I've been largely bullish for the long term, because volume precedes price, and with a dropping volume it does indicate to us that the bulls are going to flip and start taking back control of the market. But what this means on a shorter time frame, guys, is that we are rising with a decreasing volume, and so that means we haven't got strength backing this. Turn on my lines here again. We haven't got enough strength from the bulls backing this, and really what we've seen throughout these entire trends is that the bulls maybe put up a bit of a fight, really nothing interesting, quite pathetic on the whole, unfortunately, and what it is it's just that the bulls sell as much as they want, and when they decide to stop selling, is when the price holds. So it's not like the bulls start fighting back and defend a level. It's just that the bears stop selling. So a very, very bad sign if we're taking a bullish stance. Of course, like I always say, none of that matters because we are day traders, and well, I am. Whatever you guys choose to do is up to you. But I do make those profits trading these kinds of swings, and so volatility is what we make money off. And so whether it goes up and down, obviously, we do still profit like we did yesterday, shorting Bitcoin, riding it down only about $50, but that was still a 20% gain. DH with a 30% profit as well. Awesome, great to see you getting some nice profits on that. And so on the whole, that's the first thing I wanted to cover. We've got this volume pattern. It's concerning. Okay, with prices going up, it's trending higher. We've got a decreasing volume, not a good sign. But on the other hand, we are starting to play out this inverse head and shoulders. So we had this final shoulder that we did need to complete. Let me go over to the 4-hour head, make this a little bit more clear. And if I were to plot this again, I'm giving it more and more attention now because it does look like it's playing out very neatly, much better than I would have expected it to play out originally. So we could definitely get something like this. Now, personally, I think these levels are going to hold. So my main concern is volume, and that concern still stands, right? It's very bad to see volume declining and not actually going up as we test these highs. That's a very classic bearish stance. I mean, you factor that in, you factor in the fact that we're still in a rising wedge, and these rising wedges have all failed, 5, 6, maybe 7 times or whatever during this downtrend when we tested 10,000, and that was back in May or something. This kind of a thing it looks like it's going to repeat. So with this kind of a volume, all it's going to take is one bot dump. I mean, we go back to the shorts like I showed you yesterday. Shorts are very low, all right? We zoom out and we look at how high they have been, how low they are relative to where they were before. It looks like they could start rising up very nicely here. Again, we look at the longs, and they are ready to drop at any point now, really. I'm not talking a drop like this. This is nothing. I mean, it could have formed a double top, but I'm talking about a big long squeeze, something like this, something like these long squeezes, very, very possible, just given, we're in a rising wedge. The technicals overall, they still look quite bearish. Again, we get so many factors that are bullish, so many that are bearish, and so it's hard to make an overall stance. But I think this volume is giving us some pretty definitive confirmation. I don't see people talking about this on Twitter and things like that. They're only talking about how buy walls are being moved and stuff like that, not realizing this is all bots. And so, buy walls, sell walls, order book analysis does not work in these markets anymore because it's all controlled by bots. For those of you who don't know what order books are, that's okay. You're probably never even going to need to learn it now because they've become obsolete. It used to be my favorite indicator, but not so much anymore. But apart from that, I think that's everything I wanted to cover with this analysis. Like I said, I did have to make this quick. I'm talking at a very fast pace. I know some people are going to struggle to keep up, but that's it. So we've got declining volume. We are looking to play out this inverse head and shoulders. Like I said, I don't think we're going to go that low. If we do break this support, if we break 6,400 especially, I think we're going to keep on going down. I think we're going to break levels like 6,000, like 5,800, and I do think we're going to go a lot lower than where we are right now. We're talking low 5,000s, 4,000, 3,000s possibly even as well. Now, I ran a bit of a poll today, guys, on my Twitter. If you guys aren't already following me, the link is below those like buttons. And, I basically asked, how close do you think we are to the bottom? Have we already bottomed out? Which, personally, that's what I thought we have done. Despite all of my bearish stances, I do think that we have bottomed out. The second option was we're very close to a bottom, so maybe that's people thinking we're going to test 5,800 again, and then that's our bottom. Or we're going to maybe test 5,500, break below a little bit, and then rally back up. That would be meaning we're close to the bottom. And then the final choice was that we're not even close. And guys, overwhelmingly, I think it was something I made up maybe 60, 70% or something like that. People either thought we have bottomed out or we're very close. And so what that means is there's a lot of hope in this market. It's not a very accurate poll, alright? We've taken this poll for Crypto Mafia members, and you guys probably have a higher average intelligence than most traders in the market. But it still works, alright? I'm basing this off my own emotions as well, and the fact that I do think there's hope. indicates to me that possibly there isn't, and we're not at that disbelief stage yet. So it really does depend. It's hard to say in terms of that. Guys, if you're not already in the Telegram channel as well, definitely do get in there. Free signals, and of course, if you want to get into VIP, I do leave my name at the bottom of each of those posts, and you can get into VIP by contacting me there. So we've got someone asking why FUDding, and you know, this is, I like that you brought this up. You see, I'm not spreading FUD. I'm a Bitcoin maximalist. I love Bitcoin. It's my life, right? But I'm being realistic. I don't think you are calling what I'm saying FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt, spreading that kind of thing. Maybe my negative TA, maybe my bearish TA makes you feel fearful, uncertain, or doubtful. But I think for the majority of people, what we want to see is realism. We want to see, you know, no sugarcoating, right? There's been months of other YouTubers being completely perma-bullish the whole way down, and obviously that hasn't worked out, so I am keeping it real. It looks like you might not like that. You know, triple bottom is a strong bullish indicator, definitely, but I am still laying out these possibilities. Yeah, where is this a FUD? It's not FUD, right? But some people will interpret it that way. Isn't there a possibility 3 inside down candle pattern forming on the daily for flies? Can you check it out? I have no idea what an inside down candle is. If you're talking about candles trading within this prior candle, that would make sense. I don't know the significance of that, though. Maybe that would make it a bull flag. I don't know, Blue Bone. You'd have to probably go into a bit more detail for me on that. Radiant, how do you get into my VIP group? Yes, so I just went over that. Join this Telegram group, rather. And my Telegram name will be at the bottom of those posts. So you just click on that and you can message me. Patrick asking about 3 commas. I have no idea what this is. I've gotten like a million questions about them, about it rather, over the past week. If it's something to do with bots, I stay far away from it. I don't trust bots. I would never link up my accounts with bots. Too many things can go wrong, and I can make profits trading as a human. Anyway, I just want to make sure, since the link was missing on your TradingView post, was the TA book you were recommending Technical Analysis of the Financial Markets by John Murphy? Yes, it was. Radiant Jumper. If you go into the Telegram, you can press Control F and then type in book, and there's only one post where I mentioned book, I think. I don't know. But you will find it that way. In order to go to 3,000, you need very bad news. Christian, exactly. And I went over this last stream where, you know, if we do go down, we're not just going to go down with media being silent. What's going to fuel ourselves going down is a lot of FUD, and that's primarily probably going to come from news. So we are going to get a lot of very bearish news on the way down, and you know, you hear people saying like things like, you know, I'm going to weather this storm, and whether it goes down to $1,000, I don't care because it's going to the moon afterwards. This kind of a thing. You can talk big, but put your money where your mouth is. A lot of people won't do it, especially the people saying they will. I guarantee they won't do it because they're too emotional in the first place to say that they will. You know, the bigger players will be keeping their mouths shut and just watching the market and seeing what's going on. But the deal is, on the way down, it's not just going to be a declining price. You're also going to get a lot of negative sentiment on Twitter, on Reddit, within these Telegram groups, and we're going to get a lot of bearish news coming out day after day, developing news of Tether going bankrupt or whatever, this kind of a thing. So not only is the price going to be going down, but you'll be surrounded with negativity 24 hours, 7 days a week. And so it becomes very hard to hold. So these are things to bear in mind. If you think we're going that low, consider selling. That's actually what I did. I don't think, like I said, I think we've already bottomed, but I'm still taking that precaution. I'm very happy to buy in 5% higher, you know, than potentially risk whatever, like a 50% loss. Absolutely not going to happen. I've learned those lessons from this 2018 bubble pop. We're still just in a correction. This isn't even a bear market officially. You haven't seen a bear market. Han, no, I'm pretty sure this is a bear market. We've gone down from 20,000 all the way down to 6,700. Alessia Rostani did point out that we're not in a bear market because we haven't broken market structure. Fair enough. I haven't seen a dictionary definition of a bear market, but as far as I'm concerned, Alessio can have his own opinions. His video is amazing. I'm sure that's what you're referencing, Han. But I disagree with that. I love his TA, but I'm allowed to disagree with things he says, and that is one of those things. More positive news is due this year, not bad news. Christian, exactly. So, you know, like I say, the fundamentals are improving on a daily basis. I've got to run very quickly. fundamentals are improving on a daily basis. We've got ETFs, and now SIBO even trying to set up their own ETF. So very, very bullish news where that's confirmed. Yeah, Timeless Being actually bringing that up. SIBO just filed for a ETF. Very, very bullish news, right? But even then, we've had these kinds of news come out since January, and it hasn't driven the price up. It hasn't resulted in a reversal. ETFs, a lot of people have been speculating that those can be the thing that, gives us a reversal. Personally, I'm of the mindset that nothing will immediately give us a V-shaped correction and just make us go flying up and end this bear market definitively. I think we're only going to know in hindsight, because we're not going to believe it's happening while it does. And so I don't think it's going to be anything as easy to decipher as ETFs. I think it's just going to be that bears get exhausted, and the true fundamental nature of Bitcoin being extremely strong is that the bulls regain their control, not because they're stronger, but because the bears have been exhausted. Spam the like button. I don't like the word spam, but yes, let's smash those likes, guys. 283 viewers. Retail investors are gone completely correct, Daniel Larson. They are, and they're scared of the market. So it's just the people who are going to make big money sticking around in these streams, still trading Bitcoin, potentially making bad decisions. I don't know. Is it a good time to trade on BitMEX? Pfizer, I don't think it is. I have been staying well away from it. I don't think it's a good time to be touching BitMEX, especially if you're inexperienced. This is like the worst time to be on BitMEX. But, there are still opportunities to make some profit. So we are dipping a little bit, but this is still nothing concerning. I want to see what happens with this support line, but I do think we're just going to end up waking back up now. So, it does depend what kind of volume follow these sells. We're 2 hours into this candle, and this volume looks like it's going to double the previous candle. So, that's good in terms of a larger volume, but it's not good that it's sell-side volume, yet again, dominating the market. Maz Shah, should I sell right now and buy back in at the next dip? I have no idea. That's up to you. Four Flies, yeah, let's go over to the monthly chart. I'm seeing a lot of people talking about how we're respecting EMA lines, so I don't think I have those EMA lines. I have 13 and 48. We're below the 13. Where's the 48? We don't even have the 48 yet, so let me go over to the Bitfinex chart and pull up the 48. So 48 is way lower. I think 21 is that magic number that we have. Yeah, we've been able to stay above, so that's a good sign, definitely. All of these lines are extremely annoying. We have found support here. 21 EMA, like Alessio said, is a very crucial support area, so it is nice to see that. I'm not sure how well Bitcoin will respect a monthly EMA like this, because it's so volatile. This would make so much more sense if it were a regular stock, if it were a regular, real-world currency. But given how volatile Bitcoin is, I think it's given us a bounce opportunity. All right, we bounced back up in June, and we're staying above in July, but I don't think it carries any significant weight anyway. Maybe I'm wrong about that, because Alessio is way smarter than me, obviously, and he said this is a very big deal, but personally I don't give it much merit. I think something like Bitcoin, as volatile as it is not going to respect a 21 EMA on the monthly. I think it's I think we're looking at more short-term indicators, honestly. I mean, it's very rare that we ever look at the Bitcoin monthly chart, put it on the log graph, and it becomes a lot more manageable. But yeah, no, I mean, it hasn't really respected it in the past either. A couple examples where with it being bearish and then staying below, maybe hitting that resistance and then dropping down, but really, nothing to show that it would respect the 21 EMA now. Like I said, it could be a short bounce opportunity, short-term kind of thing, and then it just keeps on going down. This is why I'm also saying levels like 5,500, 5,100, 5,300, these are levels where Bitcoin, if it were to go down, it will fly past these levels. It might bounce up from them, for a couple days, because nothing can go straight down, nothing can go straight up. It is going to have breaks in those trends before it does continue going up. But those levels won't be sustained. When it hits 55, for example, it might rally up to 58, old support becoming resistance, and then it would just go back down to 53, from 53 maybe rally up to 55, and then keep on going down. And that's the exact same way I see this 21 EMA on the monthly. personally not giving it too much merit. But guys, with that, I am going to be having to sign off. I hope you have found this useful. I'm sorry this was a bit of a short one, but to be fair, it's like 25 minutes anyway, or 20 minutes, my bad, but still pretty good. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Hope you've learned something. Smash those likes one last time. Join the Telegram group if you're not already in there. Subscribe if you're new around here. And of course, tick that bell so you don't miss out on any of the content that I put out. Again, I'm sorry for the delay on this stream. It happened. I hate the technical side of setting up these things. Something always does seem to go wrong, but you know, it was only about a 5-minute delay, so it's cool. Anyway, guys, with that, I'm out. Peace.